All right. Sorry for the wait, everybody. Hi, Kim. Hey, James. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Joanne. Oh, sorry, Kim, you're on mute. Sorry about that.
Got it. Thank you. Hi, Rabbi.
Hi,
Thank
Kim.
you.
Hey,
Okay.
Joanne.
Hey, hello.
Hello,
Hey, how's it going? Hey, James.
hello.
Thanks for coming in across the pond again. Love that you.
Yes,
Yeah. Hi, Ziona. How's it going? Nice. All right.
Like,
Nice. We're just gonna wait maybe like 5 minutes or so, and then we'll get rolling. Is that cool, everybody?
Sure.
Cool. Hey, Marvin. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
For those of you who were there last night, I just want to be sure. Granny Franny's funeral is at 2 Eastern time tomorrow. Do you remember? Anyone?
Sorry, Joanne.
You don't remember? Yeah,
No.
Sure.
he gave the California time, but I I think he said 11.
11 a.m. California.
11. Yeah, Pacific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes
I
sense.
I hope so. I hope that's one. Anyway, well, I'll check in at 1 just in case, but I think it'll be 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Okay.
yeah. Was it Rabbi Blaine or Rabbi Elias who said that?
Rabbi Elias, his grandmother passed away, Granny Franny. I'm sure you've heard
Oh,
of Granny Franny.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she passed away. And Rabbi Blaine um, offered to use the Zoom, the Sim Shalom Zoom, so that
Mm,
anyone who wanted to be there could, which I
got it.
think is very generous. Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume he would have given a California time because he lives in San Francisco. So that
Yeah, I just don't remember whether he said 10 or 11. I think it
Mm,
was 11, but like I said, I'll
yeah,
try.
check in at 10 a.m. to be safe, and
Yeah,
then yeah.
right. Yeah.
So, hey Reba, how's it going? Okay, all right, nice, nice. Love the thumbs up. Where's everyone tuning in from, by the way? Ziona, I see you're coming from Maryland. James, I know you're coming in from England. Kim, where are you coming in from?
Florida,
Florida, nice, nice. We're in Florida.
Central Florida. I'm
Okay,
kind of right between Orlando and Daytona. I'm right in the middle.
okay, okay. I have a vague sense of Florida geography, just simply by I know Tampa, I know Jacksonville, I know Miami, and Orlando somewhere in there.
Yeah, if you look at Jacksonville and Tampa going like horizontal or sort of like vertically across the state, like the hypotenuse almost, then
Hmm.
I'm kind of in the middle of the hypotenuse.
Cool. All right. That's a good way to, I'm in the middle of the hypotenuse. So I feel like there's something very
Yeah.
metaphorical and spiritual about that. I love that. Nice. And Joanne, where are you tuning in from, Joanna?
I'm in Bowie, Maryland. That
Oh,
is centrally located. I'm 30 minutes from Washington, D.C., 30 minutes from Baltimore, 30 minutes from Virginia, and 30 minutes from Annapolis.
whoa.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
my husband spent a few years in Bowie when he was in like middle school, maybe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
is
been,
Bowie the name of the town?
yeah, Bowie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was part of your name, like David Bowie. Oh my
I
bad.
know. Joanne Bowie.
Oh,
I like David Bowie.
nice.
But,
Ziona,
And
are you close to where Joanne is in your house?
um not exactly close. Yeah, more or less. I mean, I'm in more the the western edge of central Maryland, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
what
So
city are you in?
I'm about an hour from Baltimore,
Okay.
Nice.
west of Baltimore.
Okay.
Nice.
Um, the two towns I live between are Mount Airy and Westminster.
Oh, okay. I know exactly where you are.
So
Yeah.
I'm not really,
Yeah. Is that Carroll?
technically it's Taylorsville.
Is that Carroll County? Are
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Yeah.
Carroll
Okay.
County. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
Got a lot of Maryland representation. Hey Susan, how's it going? And Susan, you're coming from Flagstaff, right?
Yes.
All right, cool, cool. We're all over the country, all over the world a little bit right now.
Mhm.
Love it, love it.
Mhm.
All right, we're just gonna wait one more minute and then we'll get rolling.
Awesome.
Also, Reba, love that you're using the chat already. I obviously the chat's always on. Because there might be a little experimentation today with the chat. So just if you like to indulge in writing in the chat, definitely have that at the ready, but no pressure as in whatsoever way.
I'm from
Um,
Rochester, New York.
Is that Marvin?
Yeah, I said I'm from Rochester, New York.
Oh, nice, nice. Is that where you're at right now?
That's where I'm at right now. I wasn't born here, but that's where I am now. Yeah,
Where were you born in?
Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm a New York City boy too, so I love
Mhm.
that.
I
I'm
don't have,
Chicagoan.
Yeah, I'm
Chicago.
originally from Chicago too.
It's nice.
Washington, D.C.
Uh-huh.
That's
We're
where I
all
was.
just we're big city people everywhere.
Yeah, yeah,
And James, are you in
yeah.
London or are you in a different part? Oh, okay. So
London.
big city across the ocean too. Love it.
Yeah.
Love
yeah,
it.
I've
Uh,
always lived in rural Maryland since I was 2.
oh,
Mm,
nice.
uh-huh.
A different part than where I grew up, but still rural. I couldn't imagine living in a city.
Oh, nice. And Sarah, are you from Nebraska or are you still living in Nebraska right now, Sarah? I just saw in the chat. And feel free to both. Got it. Cool. Nice. All right. And hi, Ellen.
Hi, how are you?
Good, good, good. Got our Ohio representation here. We're going over a little geography. I was waiting for my Ohio to come in, so always need my Ohio. And hi, Tomomi. How's it going?
Fine, thank you. Shalom.
All
Hello.
right. Let's get this thing going. Let's wrap up Shabbat a little bit. Sound good, everybody?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
Rabbi, I want Shabbat to last for 7 days instead of just one.
Well, we'll talk about that towards the end, actually. That's, I think, a big thing to grapple with during this service. So I love that you're already there, Kim. Hold on to that. Hold
Thank
on.
you.
All right. Oh, let me turn my musician sound on. If at any point my internet gets a little wonky, just let me know. We'll pause and we'll just have faith in the internet to come back. All right, so here we go, everybody. We're gonna start off with our Mariv service. And can everyone see? We're all good? Thumbs up? Cool. All right. והוא רחום יחפרם ולא ישחית, והרבה להשיב אפו, ולא יאיר כל חמתו. אדוני הושיע המלך ענייננו, ביום קראנו. ברכו את אדוני המבורך. Baruch Adonai Mavarach Leolam Vaed. And as we get to these next blessings before the Shema, I'd like to invite you. These blessings are very much about being thankful for creation, being thankful for the things of this world. So if there's anything right now that you feel particular gratitude for, please put it in that chat. If it so compels you, feel free to unmute and just say it out loud. I have no problem being interrupted by gratitude. So I just want to have that as an invite, but not as an obligation. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'voro mariv aravim b'chacham b'tei asherim b'ftanu masher El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai amariv aravim. And thank you, Reba, for getting us going in that chat with our gratitude, just being grateful for everyone. Reba, I'm grateful for you, not just because you were in the chat, and also grateful for everybody. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael amcha ahavta. And if there's any particular love that you're feeling in this day, on Shabbat, or just in this time in life, feel free to put that in the chat as well. כי הם חיינו וערך ימינו, ובהם נגר יומם ובלילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Ziona, I love Torah study. We love it. Thank you. Thank you for that gratitude. And as we come to the Shema, if you want to join me in practice covering your eyes, and we'll do one breath for one word. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. And just breathe in the echadness, if you will, the oneness of everything that we listen to. And thank you, Ziona, for another gratitude. Your husband who rearranges his schedule for your religious studies and services. So not just the study, but the people who make it possible. Love that gratitude. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך וקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים אליכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. Before we continue, whenever I do Be'ahavta, I always like to emphasize just those words, and you shall love V'chol levavcha, with all of your heart, V'chol nafshecha, and all your soul, V'chol meodecha, and all your might. And that's the kind of spirit let's take into this next week. So like Kim, you said, Shabbat can last all week, if you will. Also, just want to invite Susan Bowers came in, I saw, and also Rabbi Elias came in. Thanks for joining us. Actually, really quick, Rabbi Elias, there was a question before from Joanne. Do you want to ask Rabbi Elias right now?
I just wanted to make sure the time of Granny Franny's funeral tomorrow. I have 2:00 Eastern time. Am I correct?
Yes, I was going to mention this at the end of, during morning discussion, but I'll say now.
Okay.
I have permission to use this link, the one for Sim Shalom Ma'ariv. So you can use this link tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. It will not be streaming on YouTube and Facebook. It will just be via Zoom, and it will only be on audio. There will not be video. So if that's, I know that's not exactly everything, but you're very welcome. Everyone who wants to is welcome. I know it would mean a lot to her if you'd like to come.
It'd be my honor to be there. It would.
Okay. So yeah, it's the for people watching on YouTube and Facebook, you can go to Shalom, top of the page, the weekday Ma'ariv link, tomorrow Sunday, 11 a.m. or Pacific for the funeral. Thank you, Rabbi Michael.
Thank you, Rabbi Elias. My internet just went out. Can people hear me? All good? Okay, cool. That was perfect timing for my internet to get a little wonky. And thank you, Rabbi Elias, for sharing. We're going to continue with Micha Mocha, going right in. Though I know I have to finish the Ve'ahavta, just declaring the truth of it all, if you will. So, Adonai Alechem Emet. And so if you were with me last time, I will mix this up from time to time, but I'm thinking this will only be the second time, so we can do a song 2 times in a row. But this will be a little tune from Micha Mocha. Please feel free to sing along in your spaces. And the tune for the Hebrew will be the tune that follows for the English as well. So just taking that idea of, in this very uncertain time, let's take that step forward together into this sea of uncertainty and many other things in this time. So. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osei feileh, we will cross the sea with all of us or none of us, and we will not leave until everyone is free. One more time for the English. We will cross the sea with all of us or none of us, and we will not leave until everyone is free. Apologize for any sirens that you hear outside in the moment of that coming through my window. And with that, we're going to launch into one last prayer before we come to the central part, asking for a protection of the things that we hold dear, protection for things that we want in our future, but also things from our past. Hashkiveinu Adonai Elohim l'shalom, Ramideinu malkeinu l'chaim tovim l'shalom, ufras aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ushmor tzeitenu voenu l'chaim l'shalom, me'ata ve'ad olam. Baruch atah Adonai, shomer amo Yisrael. And as we come to, we're gonna do Kaddish before we do Amidah. I apologize. Yikadal v'yikadash merabah, V'yamad yivrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayedecho b'it Yisrael, v'agalav v'zman kari v'yimeruhu amen. Yehesh merabah mevarach le'lam alamei almaya. Yibarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnasei, v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei kudsha b'richu. Leila mikol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram be'alma v'yimeru amen. And now, as we come to the Amidah, if you were with me last week, I did this as well. I sometimes struggle to figure out exactly what I should do in prayer in these moments, especially the quiet moments. Or when we come to the Amidah, we say these ancient words. And so I'd like to offer the themes from the Amidah itself. If you do the full Shmoneh Esrei, all the 18 blessings, these are some of the themes that come up, and I'm going to put them in the chat right now. They're structured the way they are in the slide. But if any of these words just ring true to you this week, this day, or this upcoming week as something perhaps that you want to focus on, I invite you to just meditate on those words as we go through Amidah. And if those words don't speak to you or those ideas, feel free to just sift through and find something that you want to hold on to as we go through the Amidah. And here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל העליון גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גואל לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר משיח ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל הצריו להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ברופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים. ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי hakol. And I'd like just to invite a few moments of silence as we round out the Amidah. So whatever you want to do with the silent time, please do. You know, it's funny, whenever I come to those silent moments, I find myself just breathing and then remembering perhaps that it's often days, sometimes weeks, since the last time I actually heard myself breathe in the run of everything. And maybe in some ways that's part of what prayer is just to hear yourself, literally. I don't know if anyone else has that experience, but I definitely have that in the rush of everything in the world, but also work, life. So, yeah. I see Kim nodding, so I appreciate solidarity in that. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna keep on moving through, and at this time we're gonna move to the Mishaberach. And I would like to invite first anybody who would like to just say a name, whether in the chat or if you would like to unmute. If you unmute, just hold and I'll call on you. And whether it's a person, a pet, a thing, or even a place that you would like to just send a healing wish or thought to, I invite you to please speak that through into our service right now. I see Joanne off mute. Yeah, go for it, Joanne.
Okay. Jim Garlitz, Jerome LaFrancis, Dave Hall, John Hall, Annie. My brother Mike Darren, Michael Gray, Athena. All Sim Shalomers, families, and pets who need healing. Rabbi Elias, Sarah's son Xavier, Rabbi Deborah's mom, Rudolph's cousin Sylvia, Marvin, Amy, Ziona, Sue, and Bob, Ellen Friedman, and myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Marvin, I see you're off mute. Do you want to say any names?
Going on with Howard Gruber, Myrna Sue Schimberg, and myself.
Thank you, Marvin. And Ellen.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
you are.
thank you. Okay. Most definitely, Rabbi Elias. My love goes to you because I know how close you were to Granny Franny. Also, other Sim Shalomers who are suffering and need help. Anybody and everybody. And then my friends, Janet Horvath, Sandy Griffith, Joy Wagner, and others who I can't think of at the moment. Thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing, Ellen. And I see in the chat, Susan Patlack would like to say Maddie Eisenberg, Rabbi Elias, Chava Bat Leola, Ziona, Chava Bat Elsa, the family and friends of Dr. Tim Tutin upon his passing, Rabbi Elias, and all who are in mourning, the LA area, all of Los Angeles, those who've loved ones, who've lost loved ones in recent tragedies. And Sarah would like to send healing to my son Xavier, uh, my brother Ben, my mom Laura, and all Sim Shalomers. Rabbi Elias again, Netzach Ben Harav Simasara. And Ziona again, thank you. Those with depression and anxiety, especially in these winter months, definitely. Sarah again, and Sarah's husband and brother-in-law who just lost their mom, and Rabbi Elias, Uncle Kevin's dad, and Xavier. Kim, I saw you off mute. Did you want to say some names?
Thank you so much, Rabbi. I second everyone who's been mentioned, and also add especially to Rabbi Elias that you feel Granny Franny very deeply and know she is always with you. And for my friend Kathy, who also lost her mom recently. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you, Kim. I'd also like to extend some healing towards you, Rabbi Elias, also Levinus Ross, and my friend Bob Kratz. And with that, let's do a little Mishiberach all together. And to Momi as well, Sarah, but Sarah and people suffering in Myanmar.
Thank you, Rabbi.
No problem. Of course, of course. If there's any time to interrupt me, one, you can always do it, but if there's especially any time, um, in the time where we're saying names for healing and names for grief and for Kaddish, please never feel any sort of thing to just be like, oh, and this too, please. So all together, we can sing. Mi sheberach avotenu Mekor avotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu Mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. And with that, we're going to come to Kaddish Shalom, which we can think of as sort of a period at the end of this sentence of our service so far. Yikadal v'yikadash merabah Ve'amad yivrach yirtev yamlich malchutei B'chayechon v'yimechon v'chayerecho beit Yisrael B'agalav izman kariv yimru Amen Yehesh merabah v'rach le'elam olamei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabat v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei kudsha b'richu le'ela mikol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram be'amav v'yimru Amen. Yitikabel tzoton v'auton d'chol beit Yisrael kadam avuham d'shamai v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamai v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Usei shalom biramav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu Alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. And with that, we come to the end of towards the end of our Mariv service with the Alenu prayer as we think of all those that we want to think of in healing all these pieces of the world and ourselves, the spirit of Tikkun Olam. So if you'll sing with me, holding that spirit, I would love to share this moment with you. Aleinu leshabeach le'adon hakol, latzeit gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, v'gohor aleinu kechol hamonam. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. And with that, we'll come to Mortar's Kaddish as well. So again, please, any names that you are holding in grief or in memory, whether it be recent, whether it be an anniversary, or even if you just feel compelled to say, please unmute if you'd like to say it out loud, and feel free to also say it in the chat. I saw Ellen Friedman unmute and a whole bunch of, we'll get to everybody, don't worry, we got time. Ellen, you got it.
Okay. Anna McLean and Granny Franny and Glenn Thorne. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellen. Marvin, I see you off mute.
Francis Johnson, Ann Young, Jim Halligan, Jim Wiseman, Nelson Rasfoldo, my cat Queenie.
Thank you, Marvin. And Susan.
Elizabeth Leona Patlack.
Thank you, Susan. Joanne, you got it.
Granny Franny, Helen and Irv Barron, Clint Brown, and Sarah and Charlie Barron. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. And Kim.
Thank you, Rabbi. Granny Franny, Diane Postillion, Marilyn Kraft, and Homer Berkowitz. Toda.
Thank you. Toda. To you. Sarah wanted to put the name Kathy Beyer-Barger. Ziona entered in Dr. Tim Tootin, all lost in recent plane crashes and other tragedies. And it's the names have mentioned so many times, and Rabbi Elias is here. Can we all just give a big sort of just heartfelt, just send in whatever's in your heart to you, Rabbi Elias, and also to Granny Franny. So big hugs, big hearts right now. And thank you for finding the strength to join us tonight, Rabbi Elias. Thank you. I'm very new to doing services here, but my initial introduction to Sim Shalom was watching Rabbi Elias do his thing. And I think all of you know just how special he is in creating this community and making this possible. So thank you so much, Rabbi Elias, and thinking of you and Granny Franny right now. And with that, we'll dive into the Mourner's Kaddish. Whatever it is your practice, whether it's your practice to only say it if you are specifically mourning, whether you say it regardless, whether you say certain parts, please, I don't think there should be any rules surrounding grief, personally. So however you would like to join in on this, please do. Yikadal v'yikadash meraba. Ve'alma divrach yiruteh, ve'amlich machuteh, v'chayechonu v'yomechonu v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, Ba'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevarach le'alam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal shmei dekudsha b'rechu. Le'ela mikol berchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata damiram be'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. Oseh shalom biramav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yal kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru. Amen. And with that, we are going to come to, I'm sorry, Kim, the ending of Shabbat. We're going to come to Havdalah. It has to happen, which is why Shabbat is special. We have to do it. So with that, though, I think we did this last time. We didn't really have a chance to talk about it. But again, open invite in the chat. Just these questions. What is something sacred in your life right now? So much of not just Shabbat, but Judaism is about separation. Not that things are separate, but in distinguishing and lifting up certain things that are sacred. And the cool thing is that everything has the capacity to be sacred. So not just Shabbat, but what can we take from Shabbat and make this week? So what is something you're holding sacred of your life right now? And what do you want to take with you into this week out of the Shabbat? So if you feel so compelled, please put that in the chat. And once we're done here, I'm down to stick around. I would love to hear if anybody wants to share as well. It's good vibes to go into the week. And with that, I'm still waiting for somebody Judaica to come in. So we're going to do some miming and I might pass it around. If anyone happens to have a Havdalah candle or a cup of wine poured or anything like that, or besamim, love it. So let's do it. We're going to skip the long part. All right, so just let's drink in the last bits of Shabbat if we can. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. And take that, just drink it in, not breathe in, just drink it in, because the breathing's going to come next with our besamim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei minei besamim. Now breathe that in. Whatever spices you happen to enjoy, cloves or whatever, let's take that in. And let's raise that to our eyes. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei meorei ha'esh. Whatever light we want to take in. Ziona, I love it, doing the hand thing. Let's take those reflections. That understanding of light and darkness, let's take that with us into this next week. And let's bring it all in. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavdil ben kodesh lecho, ben or lechoshech, ben Yisrael amim, ben yom hashvi l'sheshet yemav maseh. Baruch atah Adonai hamavdil ben kodesh lecho. And my mom would love to sing Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov, Shavua Tov. And then the words just lose themselves. Na 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 na. Before I wrap up, does anybody want to share anything from those questions that we're taking with us or just holding sacred right now? Yeah, Ziona.
I take the recharging that Shabbat gives me and pour it into being my creative self. And I hope, especially this time, it's going to help me with my writing, because I don't want to say writer's block, but a little bit stalled and less productive. And Shabbat usually gives me a big, huge boost into the new week of writing 4 or 5 hours a day, and I need it. I have homework, and I have homework I have to do.
I love the last thing. Taking us, we got to do our homework. No, but that's obviously not the point. I love that idea of Shabbat being the place where we can be stuck for a little bit so we can find our way after. So thank you, Ziona. Susan, yeah.
What I'm bringing into this week is I am making a embroidery design of Rabbi Shoshana's name for our congregation, which is Or Baharim. And so I'm making her that. See how she likes it on the embroidery side.
I love that. Rabbi Shoshana will be here next.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
he gone.
This
My internet's
stuff.
cutting out just for a second, I think. Da-da-da.
There you
Can
go.
everyone hear me?
There. Now.
Now we can.
All good now? Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, Rabbi Shoshana will be here next week, obviously, and Susan, I'm sure you'll see her before that. But if you're down to bring it 2 weeks from now, Susan, so that we can all see it, I would love to check it out.
Okay.
Awesome. And Marvin, I saw you're off mute as well.
Nothing in particular.
Oh, no worries. I just saw you off mute. No pressure for any of this. Joanne, yeah, go for it.
I always love our silent meditation. I close my eyes and it brings me in touch with things that I take for granted sometimes. And today we had lunch with my cousins who I had not seen for a year, and we had a wonderful time. We sat in the restaurant for 3 hours and it went by in a moment. So it just brings me to mind that never take these people for granted, the people that mean so much to us. And what I bring this week is I am definitely going to reach out to the people that are so important to me and let them know that I'm thinking of them and they're important to me.
That's beautiful. I think it's a great one to end on. Also, just in these cold winter times, it's snowing here in Denver. That's the sentiment I want to hold.
Only in Rochester.
Oh, it's snowing there in Rochester too?
27 and snowing, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's that time of year. So, well, thank you, everybody. Whether it's telling the people you love that you care about them, whether it's making something for somebody, whether it's kind of taking the energy of recharging, I just wish you all a blessed week, and I'll see you all in 2 weeks, if not sooner.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Rabbi.
Love
Thank you for
everybody.
being here for us.
Thank you
Yeah.
for showing up. Thank you for being here for me. Yeah,
Thank you.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Shalom.
Shalom. God bless
Shavua tov,
everyone.
everybody.
Shavua Tov to
Shavua
everyone.
tov.